Now, your forecast first, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
All right, good evening to you on this very quiet, mild, and comfortable Thursday evening with our weather as temperatures remain really mild. Once again today, up to near 70 in a lot of areas, but we're cooling down a little bit in Champaign. It's 54, still holding on to 63 down in Effingham, and we're going to find these temperatures staying mild again tonight with readings only dipping down to near 50 for an overnight low. I have got a string of 70-degree days ahead. That's going to make for an incredible weekend of weather. But those changes, which will come in next week, those are going to be some that you may not like so much. We'll talk about it when we come back. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
COVID-19 is surging and temperatures will eventually start to drop, where hundreds are having to worry whether they'll have electricity to stay at home. Plus, have you been tested for the coronavirus? Why going to vote may just be the reason that you need to.
And there's a new call for random drug testing. But high school athletes may have that ahead when they return to play.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
This is really a public health crisis. We cannot shut off people's power or water during COVID.
But she says it's happening anyway, and she wants to make it stop. Good evening. I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. Hundreds of people in Urbana are experiencing utility shutoffs. That's despite Ameren doing a voluntary moratorium because of the pandemic. The company said temporarily they wouldn't shut the power off. The problem is that doesn't protect everyone. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting is live now. So, Courtney, who does it protect?
Well, Jennifer, you have to fall under very specific categories. One of them is if you're facing what's considered a medical hardship by Ameren. Another is if you call them and you explain that you're facing a specific hardship because of COVID-19. And third, if you're considered LIHEAP eligible, in other words, low income, then you also fall under that category of people who will not face shutoffs. However, I talked to some today who said they had a shutoff anyway.
The governor has to enact a statewide moratorium on shutoffs. It needs to come from the state because the voluntary is not working.
And a lot of people are paying the price. Danielle Chenoweth with Cunningham Township has a list of people facing power shutoffs. She's been going door to door to warn them.
I talked to a woman in her early 80s who lives alone. She was about to have her power shut off yesterday if I had not knocked on her door. I talked to a woman who is dealing with domestic violence. She has a lot of things going on right now. She's probably not opening up her bills.
Chenoweth says Cunningham Township can help people with bills, but she's concerned many don't know how to access that help. And that this time of year, they're especially vulnerable.
They turned my power off at 9 o'clock in the morning when I had already told them and set up a payment plan.
Cedric Robinson is supposed to fall under the low-income category, protected from shutoffs right now from Ameren. But they shut off his power without him even knowing it. Luckily, the township was able to help out.
They were able to scrape up some funds to go ahead and cover my bill and get it turned back on within an hour.
But Chenoweth says it shouldn't have to get to that point.
If we have a voluntary moratorium, why are we seeing so many people having their power shut off right before we have the temperatures dip into freezing?
I reached out to Ameren and I asked them what people should do in these types of situations, and they said they couldn't talk about anyone's particular situation, but urged anyone who cannot pay their bill to call them and they'll try to work out a plan to fit their particular situation. I did talk to Robinson and he said he could not get a clear answer about why exactly his power was shut off in particular. Live in Urbana, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Courtney, thank you. Now, in March, there was a moratorium on all disconnections across the state. They were allowed to start again in mid-August, but Ameren agreed to not start until September 24th, unless people fall under those specific categories we mentioned before. This is a follow-up. The governor says police will get involved if businesses don't comply with the state's COVID-19 restrictions. Pritzker has requested that state police respond. That starts with a verbal warning, followed with a written warning and order. Finally, as a last resort, a ticket will be given to the business. Many Central Illinois restaurants and bars have already said they will continue to stay open.
It's a grim milestone again in Illinois. 1,000 mark for coronavirus-related deaths. 97 were in the last 24 hours. Several were in the counties of Coles, DeWitt, Douglas, Macon, and Vermilion counties. There are more than 9,900 new cases. That's another record. That makes over 447,000 infections. The state's 7-day positivity rate is now up to 9.1%. Now, hundreds of thousands of people across Illinois turned out to vote on Tuesday. And now health officials want to make sure they didn't catch COVID at the polls. IDPH Director Dr. Nganze Ezike is encouraging people who spent time in line at the polls to get tested. She's using the same advice that's been issued for months in this state. If you spend time in line at the polls and feel like you could have been exposed, wait a few days and then get tested.
I'd also like to encourage people who participated in recent campaign rallies, worked in polling places, stood in line to vote where maybe they couldn't maintain the 6 foot of distance, anyone who participated in recent protests or any other recent events, please get tested.
Election Day fell at a pivotal time in the state's efforts to try and curb the latest COVID surge. Every region in the state is under increased mitigations for COVID. Now, the difference in coronavirus cases across the area also applies to school districts. In Coles County, the Charleston and Mattoon districts resumed in-person learning. Charleston did so this week, Mattoon on February 19th. That's in contrast to Villa Grove schools. The Douglas County district moved to remote learning after a surge of cases in the area. The Taylorville School District has more than a dozen staffers quarantined. That district plans to move to hybrid learning next week.
Illinois Food Bank have tested positive for COVID-19. The Public Health District is conducting contact tracing and the affected areas have been cleaned. But the president and CEO says that won't stop them from serving those in need. Jim Heyer says the priority is to continue to provide emergency food help. He says there's a significant increase in demand. One group in Urbana has a goal of ending homelessness in the city. And thanks to a new tax levy, they have more money to help them do it. It was approved last night, and it gives money to Cunningham Township. It'll go toward rental assistance, emergency food, and emergency housing. We talked to a woman who used to be homeless about how Cunningham Township impacted her life.
There was no judgment. They were there with loving arms. They gave my family a chance, and because of them, I now have secure housing. I have a job now. You know, it's like everything is falling into place.
That adds about $3 a month for the average homeowner. That'll raise about $500,000 a year, and that will start in May.
As the votes continue to be counted, we'll look at how close the nation is coming to have a president-elect.
Also tonight.
The goal is always to prevent future illicit drug use.
High school sports have been put on hold while one district is looking ahead and talking drug testing.
And a very nice night across Central Illinois. No major issues out there as we take a look. That is our camera indicator looking towards what is known as the Castle in the Cornfields building here in Decatur. You can see that there. Let's go ahead and recap today for the high temperature. We made it up to 70 degrees when we come back. More about this beautiful weather, how long it lasts, and when some storms can move in, coming up next.
WCIA 3 News is sponsored by Warner's Body Shop, Mattoon.
Carter's is having a fall home sale. Store-wide savings on our entire selection of sofas, chairs, bedrooms, dining rooms, and accessories. Plus, free delivery and 1-year free financing. The fall home sale now at Carter's Furniture, Urbana.
More mead ounces means more mead bounces. Get any papadilla like the new double cheeseburger papadilla for just $6. Papa John's.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we live where you live, so we honor those who serve and defend our country. To show our gratitude, we're offering great deals store-wide during our Veterans Day sale. Like our new look Blaine's Farm and Fleet automotive battery line, all on sale. Introducing new Blaine's Farm and Fleet naturals and grain-free dog food, $5 off. And this weekend, as a thank you, veterans and active military members save an extra 10% at checkout.
There are plenty of healthcare options to choose from, but who's the right fit for your family? Christie Clinic is the missing piece you've been looking for. Serving locations throughout East Central Illinois with primary care physicians and 40-plus specialties. We're local and convenient with after after-hour care, online scheduling, and patient portal access. Christie Clinic has the care you need to help the pieces of your life fit together better.
Carter's is having a fall home sale. Store-wide savings on our entire selection of sofas, chairs, bedrooms, dining rooms, and accessories. Plus, free delivery and 1-year free financing. The fall home sale now at Carter's Furniture Urbana.
We've taken steps to slow the spread of COVID-19, but no matter where you live, it's vital to take personal responsibility. Free testing is available at Marketplace Mall, no appointment or doctor's referral needed. It's the responsible thing to do. See-uphd.org.
We all know ticks suck blood, but not just in the woods. Ticks can be almost anywhere year-round. Even though some are smaller than the head of a pin, they're big trouble. Even a tiny tick can make you super sick. So wear protective clothing and an EPA-registered insect repellent. And when you shower, remember, check for ticks everywhere. If you get a tick, tell an adult and go to ticksuck.org to learn how to remove it properly. Ticks suck, but being outdoors shouldn't. Ticksuck.org.
Weather on WCIA 3 is brought to you by American Eagle Auto Glass. Now, Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Kevin Lighty.
Beautiful weather out there tonight. No major issues. I wanted to show you the wide view of things. As you see here on the satellite and radar picture, it is calm all across the Midwest, even to the Northeast. I mean, no big weather systems out to the west. This is how you know it's going to stay nice when, you know, as you look out to the west and there's just nothing in terms of any precipitation showing up. Let's zoom in a little closer. We'll plot the temperatures for you. It is still 61 in Mattoon, still 59 in Decatur, 61 in Watseka. Very nice. Love this one here. See the train coming by. Love this one on the water tower. Weather for Royal, a high of 68 degrees tomorrow. Let's take you to Argenta as we wave hello to those of you tuning in out there tonight, 69. And in Tuscola, another beautiful day. Great Friday ahead with a high of 70 degrees. Maybe you're going to go hiking this weekend. Let's pull out the old Fitbit or whatever it is, those little smart watches there. All is good. No alerts there whatsoever. And we'll break down that Saturday forecast if you're going to go out there and do some of that. It's a great weekend for temperatures into the low and mid 70s. Or maybe you're just going to stay at home and do some grilling. Grilling out on Sunday, flipping the burgers, turning the dogs. Mid 70s, a beautiful Sunday there as well. Get out and enjoy it. So with it being so warm, I mean, can you give the air, the heat, a break? Yeah, I think that you maybe have the heat on in the morning on Friday or Saturday. You're going to be down around 50, but you won't need it, you know, later in the day. And I don't think you need it at all by Monday and Tuesday when you're in the mid 70s for highs and lows that are only going to be down into the mid 50s. So you might be able to just shut it off. Looking good. Okay, the thing is, it's not going to last, though. You can see this line that just plummets. That's your high next Wednesday. So we're talking 53 degrees after the day before on Tuesday being 73 for a high. Now, all of that comes with a cold front, obviously, and that's going to bring us our next chance of rain on Tuesday. Pretty good chance of showers and thunderstorms, looks like, as we head into the day on Tuesday. For tonight, down to 50 degrees, mostly clear and calm. A high of around 73 tomorrow, sunny sky. I mean, just a real perfect Friday. Things are looking very nice across the area. As always, you can download the WCIA3 weather app to stay up to date with the very latest when you're on the go. Search for WCIA3 weather, and yeah, it's separate from our news app, so go ahead and get that on your phone if you haven't already. Here's your 7-day forecast. Look at our temperatures, looking great. Sunshine through the weekend. Sunshine on Monday at 76. That would be a record high of 76 on Monday. And then the storms and the colder, cooler weather. It's still not bad. 53 on Veterans Day, 60 next Thursday.
Looking beautiful.
Got your hiking forecast.
Yes. I got to figure out where we're going to go, where we haven't been.
Yep, it's good.
Right, thanks.
All right, 2 Illini players both turned down opportunities in the NBA for another year at the U of I. We'll tell you what their new teammates are saying about how difficult it is in practice.
What's this?
We've got tons of kids who are working from home and learning from home and school at home, and they don't have access to Wi-Fi.
What just drove up to help solve the problem?
Treat yourself to something relaxing, something comfortable, something stylish, like a comfy swivel recliner from Beck's Furniture in Urbana. Many styles and colors are available. The best service, a huge selection, and free delivery at Beck's Country Shop.
Living for the weekend? Us too. Because this Sunday is all win and no risk. That's why new customers can bet risk-free up to $100 this Sunday. You don't want to miss it. All you have to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up anytime before this Sunday to bet risk-free up to $100 on game day. This offer ends soon, so download the app now. Give yourself one more reason to get excited for game day and make it rain.
Before you sign this year's lease, see if your farmland is eligible for a cash offer from Tillable. During uncertain times, lock in 3 years rent in cash, paid up front or annually. Get your cash offer today. Call 844-FARM-200.
A home is an investment for the long term, and your home's foundation is the key to protecting that investment. For wall cracks, settling, water problems, or an unsealed crawl space, call Woods Basement Systems. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Sarah Bush Lincoln's Holiday Festival is set for November 12th through the 16th as a virtual event. The online silent auction will feature 100 items featuring 4-foot themed trees, home decor, decorated pallet boards and trees, and packages with pizzazz. The live auction will showcase 12 signature items that go up for bid on November 15th. Net proceeds benefit a great cause, Sarah Bush Lincoln Dental Services. Learn more at sarahbush.org.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World in Champaign, we'll beat any competitor's deal. We'll beat any sales deal, any advertised deal, any negotiated deal, any internet deal. I guarantee the best deal on your next appliance purchase.
Justin's trying to decide to get this GE built-in dishwasher from Dick Van Dyke or the Big Lumberyard store. Dick Van Dyke has fast repair service, a free 5 to 10 year protection plan. After delivery and warranty, we'll save him $103. He's buying from Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
Live from your local news leader, Jennifer Roscoe, Paul Cicchini, Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Kevin Whitey and Brett Behrens on sports. You're watching WCIA 3 News at 6.
It's a good thing for me, so, it keeps them off drugs.
Many sports may be on hold for the time being, but one school is planning ahead. DeLand Weldon says it'll be randomly drug testing.
It'll happen when all high school athletes resume sports. WCIA 3's Jared Farmer is live in our newsroom. So, Jared, what led to this decision?
Well, Jennifer, the superintendent says they decided to start random testing after a number of students with incidents involving drugs and alcohol. They're following the lead of nearby districts, including Blue Ridge. DeLand Weldon's superintendent says they've been discussing random drug tests for student athletes and any students who drive cars to school for over 2 years. The school board president says that for the district, above all else, safety is the top priority.
I think that the goal is always to prevent future illicit drug use and to protect those kids who may or may not have an issue.
Jason Hurley has 5 kids, 3 of whom are athletes. He thinks the random tests not only promote safety in schools, but also helps reinforce a level playing field for all participating.
I think it's a good choice, gives all the kids a fair shot and it keeps all the kids in check.
The school district will be working with Piatt County Mental Health by bringing in guest speakers to talk about drug use and prevention. For the sports themselves, school leaders say they're waiting for guidelines from the IHSA before restarting. In the newsroom, I'm Jared Farmer, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Jared, thank you.
Drug testing athletes, nothing new. I think athletes across the board just want to get back on the field or on the court.
They'll wear a mask. At this point,
whatever it takes.
They can to get back on the field as quick as possible. Of course, a lot of attention on that. We'll see how it plays out. All right, coming up after the break, we are talking some Illini basketball. Less than 3 weeks away now from the start of the season. A lot of expectations going into this year. And the freshmen, especially the 2 highly touted ones, they're not backing down from it. Hear from Andre Curbelo and Adam Miller next.
WCIA 3 News is sponsored by Classic Granite and Marble, bringing you the most accurate weather forecast. Watch meteorologist Kevin Lighty on WCIA 3 News, your local news leader.
Wash your hands. Avoid sick people and touching your face. There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. Brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Keep your home neat and organized with help from Menards and Dakota. Whether you need extra storage or want to add an accent to your living space, we carry the shelving and closet systems for you. Get Dakota shelving in a variety of finishes to match your style or maximize your space with customizable Dakota closets. Right now, all Dakota shelving and closets are 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we live where you live, so we honor those who serve and defend our country. To show our gratitude, we're offering great deals store-wide during our Veterans Day sale. Buy 3 tires, get 1 free from top brands like Goodyear. Save over $100 on this Craftsman Mechanics tool set. Energizer AA or AAA batteries are just $4.99. And this weekend, as a thank you, veterans and active military members save an extra 10% at checkout.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Meet Lyle, a dedicated nurse and morning regular at Casey's.
Good morning.
To show how much we appreciate him, we make sure the coffee's brewed fresh and the donuts are ready to go. For Lyle and anyone who prefers their morning routine with something free. That's right. Now at Casey's, every 6th coffee you buy is free. Casey's, here for morning routines, here for good.
WCIA 3 News is available online anywhere, anytime. Stay up to date with the latest news, sports, and weather. Just visit WCIA.com. WCIA 3, your local news leader. From the official television station of Illini Sports, this is WCIA 3 Sports and your Illini Nation.
The hype continues to build for the Illinois men's basketball team, and so do the expectations. Matt Norlander from CBS Sports ranked every college team in basketball today and has Illinois at number 4. We had our first chance to talk with highly touted freshmen Adam Miller and Andre Corbello today, and the 2 top 50 guards aren't shying away from the spotlight. Both guys have gained weight to get ready for a long season. Corbello's up 21 pounds. Miller checking in at 195. That's nearly a 20-pound improvement for him since arriving on campus this summer, and the Peoria native says he's buying into the process.
This is like a rigorous schedule, but if you really want to win, I promise you it'll be worth it. So like that's what the coaches tell us every day, like it's worth it. Staying them Saturday nights, them Friday nights, staying in the house, it's worth it. Like it's a bigger picture, and like if we could really stay locked in, I really believe we can get to the Final Four, like even with this tough schedule.
Some pretty high bar there. Corbello echoed that, saying he expects to help the program take it to another level. Along with his roommate Miller, the team is 3 weeks into practice now, with the physicality starting to take a toll on both guys. Corbello says he knows it's only going to help him get better.
I'm literally exhausted after every practice, just having to guard pros. You know, Io's a pro, Trent's going to be a pro. All those guys are pros, and that's what it's going to be like when we go out every night and face our opponents.
Illinois' schedule, that's probably the biggest question right now. But Eastern Illinois releases its 27-game schedule today. The Panthers will open the season November 25th at the Madison and Milwaukee multi-team event, facing Wisconsin and Marquette. The home opener, December 3rd against Chicago State. No fans in Lance Arena this season. I would expect that for Illinois basketball as well. Yeah, you will play a 20-game Ohio Valley Conference schedule. Time to announce our Athlete of the Week, the final one for this fall, and it goes to Arthur Lovington Atwood Hammond senior cross-country runner Leighton Hall. He won the Class 1A Decatur St. Teresa sectional on Saturday, clocking a time of 15 minutes, 27 seconds. It helped the Knights win the team title with 4 runners finishing in the top 20. To make his week even better, Hall committed to run at Indiana State today. Leighton's older brother Logan runs at Illinois, meaning the two could possibly race against one another next year.
I definitely want to race him, and I want to beat my brother really bad because we're competitive. We've been competitive ever since we were real little. He's one of the main reasons why I got into this sport and why I decided to go run in college. I'm ready to be a sycamore.
All now eligible for a $500 scholarship we'll give away at the end of the school year. And like I mentioned, this is the final athlete of the week for this fall. We've got 8. We're hoping we're going to get a lot more, but it's all going to depend on if they're playing high school sports or not with basketball. So many questions right now, but we hope to give away a lot more.
Okay, thank you. It's been big business across the state. What another marijuana shot means to the local economy.
Plus this.
Obviously, there are issues with it.
They say there's nothing like the taste of fresh eggs. What town has changed its mind so they can continue to lay them?
Sports on WCIA 3 is brought to you by PNP Heating and Cooling.
We all know ticks suck blood, but even a tiny tick can make you super sick. When you're outdoors, wear protective clothing and an EPA-registered insect repellent. And remember to check for ticks everywhere. Go to ticksuck.org for more information. Ticksuck.org.
Hey, it's time to get your home holiday ready. Hi, I'm Tim the Blind Man, and the Season of Style Savings Event comes just in time with rebate savings on beautiful and innovative Hunter Douglas window facets. From honeycomb shades to sheers, choose from several styles that best complement your home decor for the holidays and year-round.
Limitations and restrictions apply.
Take advantage of rebate savings and more during the Hunter Douglas Season of Style Savings Event going on now through December 7th at the Blind Man Hunter Douglas Gallery, Champaign.
Hi, I'm Josh with Backyard Leisure. We're your hot tub experts here in Central Illinois. Did you know that there are legitimate wellness benefits from regular hot tubbing? Of course there are physical benefits, but hot tubbers also experience mental wellness, emotional wellness, even relational wellness by spending improved time with the people they love. While our hot tub superstore is under construction, you can shop all of our hot tubs online at backyardleisure.com, where a wellness consultant can help you find the perfect new hot tub. I'm Josh with Backyard Leisure. Hot tub, you need it.
While interest rates are low, let's talk about the many financing opportunities at Prospect Bank.
Our full suite of e-products and reward checking accounts complement all of our lending services.
We will provide a customer experience that you will value in your banking relationship.
Open your account online and start earning your rewards with your new Kasasa checking account.
So apply today at bankprospect.com and join the movement.
We are Prospect Bank,
the Opportunity Bank.
Reporting the news is a passion of mine. It's a passion for people and telling the stories that impact their lives. I'm committed to our community and proud to be part of the legacy at WCIA 3. Trust us to bring you your most reliable information. WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Looking for a job? Check out the new WCIA 3 job board. Get matched to great opportunities based on your resume. Apply in one click. Go to WCIA.com and find your next job.
Most people wouldn't hitch a ride with a stranger. What do you know about your driver? Do you trust him with your life? Don't put your safety, your privacy, or your life at risk. Do your research and think before you act.
WCIA 3 News is sponsored by Evergreen Place Assisted Living, Champaign.
New drought monitor that came out today. Still a moderate drought. Look at this through Vermilion, Champaign, parts of Iroquois, Ford, down to Macon, Sangamon County, seeing that as well. So we could definitely use some more rain. We're not seeing much of that. Also, area businesses could use your support for that outdoor dining, and boy, the weather couldn't be any better as we head into the weekend for this. So take advantage, get out there and support those businesses there locally, because the weather looks great, warm and mild with sort of with some slight winds, and looking pretty good as we head into Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, definitely a reprieve. All right, here's the bright spot today. Tammy sent us this snapshot. It's her grandbaby, this cutie, showing off his new teeth. He has some teethers. That's what we call them in our house.
Oh, okay.
Teethers.
Teethers.
He's got teethers.
There you go.
Showing them off in his favorite little chair. All right, we want to see your pictures and videos, all the cute stuff, all the positive stuff, the non-stressful stuff. We need that. You can send us through Facebook, and you can also send us an email.
Speaking of stress, it's a race to 270. How close the former VP is as we speak. Plus, looking to see Santa this holiday season? Well, it's going to take a reservation to get it done. Those stories and more after the break.